Hi, welcome to the channel. Today's video is titled "The Charlie Kirk Script Just Got Exposed." Wait, what? What script was that? Thumbnail here says it was planned. Okay, we're going to check this video together because this is making me curious. But again, yeah, we're going to check this video together, and I would love your thoughts and your contribution in the comments below. Let's dive right in.
This Charlie Kirk situation keeps on getting stranger and stranger. I know I said that last video, but every single day things are coming out that just pushes it further and further. In my last video, I spoke about Candace Owens' comment on Charlie Kirk's assassination and what everyone's been saying about Erica Kirk. Today though, I came across a post that really cemented this situation to me. It turns out that Charlie Kirk's assassination was foreshadowed in a 90s movie called Snake Eyes. Now, after knowing what this movie is about, you would know exactly what's really taking place in this Charlie Kirk situation. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about the movie Snake Eyes, foreshadowing Charlie Kirk's assassination. But before we begin, I just wanted to let my patrons know I am working on a deep dive video on this Charlie Kirk situation that would be dropping most likely tomorrow. I can't say what I need to say on YouTube because of censorship and all that, but this video would explain why I think he was sacrificed, and I'll be able to say everything that I can say on here on there. If you're one of my members, you can expect that video tomorrow. I want to thank you all. Now, let's get right into it. At this point, everyone knows there's something off about this Charlie Kirk situation. While the general masses have accepted that Kirk was assassinated by some random 22-year-old, those with a brain who aren't manipulated by the media and the elite know that that's a BS story. A narrative created for the masses to mobilize them to act out the way the elite need them to. I know my subscribers are smarter than the average person, as you guys have learned to see through the lies and manipulation. We know Charlie was used to further push their agenda. We know that everything about this is a part of the show put on the world stage. This is something that I have fully exposed in my new Patreon exclusive video that is coming out tomorrow. But for those that are still skeptical, we have found even more confirmation that proves this Charlie Kirk situation isn't what it seems. Like I've said several times on this channel, the elite always foreshadow their plans and hide them in plain sight in their Hollywood movies. This Snake Eyes movie literally just further confirmed that, as the movie seems to clearly foreshadow the death of Charlie Kirk. Yesterday, videos went viral of people showing the eerie similarities between the movie Snake Eyes and the Charlie Kirk assassination. For those who don't know, Snake Eye was a movie starring Nicolas Cage that was released back in 1998. The movie is about a detective named Rick Santoro, played by Nicolas Cage, who witnessed an assassination of a politician during a boxing match. Strangely, the politician just so happened to be named Charles Kirkland, and he was shot in the neck. To make this even stranger, this happened at a boxing match where one of the boxers fighting just so happened to be named Tyler. What's even stranger about that is that Tyler was paid to throw the fight by those responsible for the assassination to play as a distraction. Now, where things get completely strange is that this boxing match in a movie where Charles Kirkland was assassinated happened on September 10th, the same exact day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated in real life.
Okay. Okay. I'm not one to believe all, like, yeah, we get it that sometimes Hollywood put or portray some things like this, like that, and all that stuff. But again, in all honesty, I don't know how I feel about this. But still, do I believe this? I'm quite skeptical. But I still believe that it was wrong. And I still believe that. Do I think this was kind of related to the movie? I'm quite skeptical about that. But still, I still want to believe that something about his assassination seemed off, right? But again, I still would say that it would have been worse, right? It would have been worse than what happened. It would have been fatal than what happened. But yeah, I guess the people might have gone to dig up all of this to say, oh, this was planned or whatever. But one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. I'm not one to mostly believe all of this. Sometimes I just check some of this and be like, oh, that makes total sense. But for me, this doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Even though we want to say, oh, maybe the name sound familiar, the both names sound familiar, the date was also like kind of the same and stuff. Talk about him being sacrificed. Um, hello, no. That hasn't actually come to mind to be like, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it. No, no. I just think that it was just somebody who was running out of what they must have heard and thought that was the best way to not have a conversation, a civil conversation. But this, no, no, no. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Of course, everyone's thoughts is most likely going to be different, right? It's not going to be the same. People might see this and believe it and say, oh, this makes sense. But for me, this doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Do I believe it? I'm quite skeptical on this. I'm not going to just run off to say, oh, yeah, maybe this is true, this is not true, or whatever. I'm skeptical, but all the same. This is interesting.
Same exact day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated in real life. You can't tell me that that isn't strange, and you can't tell me that that's just random. Now really think about that for a second. A politician named Charles Kirkland was shot in the neck while a man named Tyler was used as a distraction for the shooting. Charles Kirkland sounds awfully similar to Charlie Kirk. Charles Kirkland was shot in the neck in the movie, and Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck as well. Tyler was used as a distraction in the movie, and Tyler is now being used as the fall guy in real life. Seriously, think about how much of a so-called coincidence this was. You guys know me. I don't believe in coincidences. Now obviously some people are gonna say this was just a coincidence, but I know my subscribers aren't brainwashed zombies. We know exactly what this movie was showing us. They were letting us know all the way back in the 90s that this was already planned. What's even more disturbing is that when you look at the poster for the movie, you find Nicolas Cage doing a Masonic hand gesture. This was not done by random. All of this was done by design. And there's even photos of Charlie Kirk doing that same exact pose next to Candace Owens. Snake Eyes seems to foreshadow the future because the future is already planned out. Those who operate behind the scenes have written out the play for this entire situation long ago. They are pushing towards their ultimate plan, and like I said, I will explain all of this on my Patreon video. I firmly believe Charlie was an offering and was used to further this plan. If we
No, no, was used as an offering. No, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, I don't believe in coincidences. I'm not one to say, oh, this coincidentally happened, to believe in coincidences. No, no. Used as an offering. No, no. I'm sorry. I don't believe this. I'm not running with this. I'm sorry.
further this plan. If we pay attention to all the symbolism from the beginning, we will see their plan unfolding. Charlie was obviously a Masonic puppet who was used to push the division propaganda. They want us divided, and they're achieving this. If we are too busy arguing and fighting each other, we won't be able to realize what they're planning on doing to us next. The masses just buy into whatever propaganda the media pushes. They divide the people into two groups, the blue and the red, and this all goes back to masonry and the checkered board floor. See, the Masons have two sides, the black and the white that represents duality. That's why you find the checkerboard floor in every one of their lodges. They're behind both the evil and what people consider good. On top of this, the Masons have two Masonic degree systems, the Blue Lodge and the Red Lodge, just like the Republicans and the Democrat, just like the Bloods and the Crips, just like the checkered board floor. Two sides of the same coin, two wings of the same beast. All of these politicians and political commentators they put in front of you are all just puppets, used to push the division that is being used to keep us fighting while they continue to enslave us. If you buy into the political war, they have you right where they want you. What most people fail to realize is that this country was created by Masons. Their goal was to create a society that they could rule over and that they could be the gods of. This is the land of the free and accepted Masons, not the land of the free people. We aren't free. We are their slaves.
Here is the thing. I think I agree with him on some parts of this, which is the They want to keep you divided, especially in terms of political views. They want to keep you divided. Whereby you see people be like, okay, it's either here or here. If it's either your left or your right, or it's either you are conservative or liberal, and um people sort of be like, or a particular group of people be like, okay, it's either you think like me or you don't, and we are enemy. If you don't think like me, we are enemies. So people stay divided with their political views rather than understand or see that, oh, we can both not agree or share the same political views regardless, but we can sit on a round table and eat. And this is the thing. I think there was a particular video that I saw where people were like, oh, I think it was about Beyonce, where she attended, I think they had like a charity gala, and Trump's daughter was seated on the same table with her, and people were like, "Oh, Beyonce is sitting with on the table or sitting at the same table with the enemy or with the Trump family. They can't trust her, or whatever." And I'm like, "No, hello. Do you think the rich people or the wealthy people would sit and stay divided and say, oh, because we don't agree on or we don't have the same political views or political stance, then we are enemies?" Frontier or in the front or in front, they're enemies. But behind the scenes, they are not. And we have to be honest. That's just the truth. Because say, listen, especially when it comes to how do you call it? Um it's not funding. The word is coming, but it's escaping. Especially when it comes to like them seated, whatever. Sometimes they may push this narrative or sell this narrative to you that they are enemies, but they are not. Behind the scenes, they are not. And that's just it. But sometimes, but it doesn't mean that they still can't be enemies, right? Sometimes they are real, they are for real enemies, but sometimes they are not. On some particular occasions, they might still see themselves hang around themselves, eat merry, and go on about hating themselves for their political views, right? That's how the wealthy man would. They don't just lose opportunity to say, oh, because we don't agree on the same political views, I'm not gonna many emphasis on many wealthy people don't think like that. So sometimes they want you to stay divided because let's be honest, who do you think gets or benefits the most when people are divided? Not you, not me. We don't, right? People get off because sometimes when people hear some things, they'll be like, oh, this person said this, or let me run off to go check this, or let me run off to go say this, and whatever. And sometimes they sell or push a certain narrative for you to believe. And you've got no choice but to believe because some people are just clocked in or locked in to believe everything they hear rather than to say, oh, but wait. How can this be true? Even if in your heart and of heart, you know that this is true, you can still ask the next question because if you're if you're the person that you can't ask questions, you're only mandated to believe what you're being told, then check yourself. Check whoever is telling you that. Something is wrong somewhere. But again, talk about the offering sacrifice thing. I don't buy it. Nah, I don't buy it. No matter how much you guys will want to prove or bring one thing from here to here, I don't buy it. I will not be. I will not be a party to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not a party to that or to buy that narrative to say that Charlie was an offering or sacrifice or whatever that was, or to say, oh, maybe this was premeditated, pre-planned, or whatever based off a movie. I'm not buying that. I'm not a part. I'm not going to subscribe to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, again, everybody's entitled to their opinion and to their belief or whatever they want to believe, right? But for me, that is not something I'm going to subscribe to. I'm not. I'm sorry. I won't.
You buy into the political war, they have you right where they want you. What most people fail to realize is that this country was created by Masons. Their goal was to create a society that they could rule over and that they could be the gods of. This is the land of the free and accepted Masons, not the land of the free people. We aren't free. We are their slaves. Most people just can't see it because they're given just enough freedom to feel free. But they enslave us with money and laws. They underpay us, and then they pay celebrities and influencers to promote products we don't need, but are told that we have to have. They make the rent unaffordable and food even more unaffordable, all to keep us never making enough to be able to break their slave chains. This way we work, and the money they give us that we earn, we end up paying it right back to them, keeping us in the same slave system. Open your eyes to what's really going on, as you're being used. Charlie Kirk was chosen as an offering, and as this movie tells us, this was the plan all along. They are playing the masses, using Kirk to push further division, right when the masses had all gotten on the same side, demanding the Epstein files. Now they got us fighting each other once again.
Using Kirk to push division. No, Charlie Kirk wasn't divisive. What part of what he said? We get it. Everybody will not agree with everything that he said, and truth be told, even some things that he says, I actually don't agree with, but I still sit down to listen, right? Because in some things that he's saying or he's sharing, you're just like, okay, okay, this makes total sense. Even though I may not agree with, but it makes total sense to me. But was it divisive? Was it a divisive figure? No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. All he just wanted to do was give you the mic, say what you've got to say, say why you don't agree with me or why you think that way. Maybe let me learn from you as well. It makes total sense. I mean,
fighting each other once again. The right is saying the left did it, and the left is saying the right did it. They are both wrong. That all gotten on the same side, demanding the Epstein files. Now they got us fighting each other once again. The right is saying the left did it, and the left is saying the right did it. They are both wrong. The ones who want the Epstein files forgotten did it. The ones who are manipulating the masses. The same ones who have enslaved the people with this corrupt system. Stop allowing them to pin you against your neighbor. Stop falling for their propaganda. There are no heroes in politics. Zero. It is all meant to keep us fighting and blaming the problems on the scapegoats, while those who truly run things push us further and further into their new world. What they did to Kirk isn't random. This 22-year-old isn't the only one responsible. Don't let them convince you that a side they created led to this. This movie and all the other imagery clearly tells us this was the plan all along. There is no way you can tell me this was just a random coincidence. I know none of you here are going to buy that. I know my subscribers are some of the smartest people on YouTube, and I know you guys are seeing right through this BS. Help me spread this information. Help me wake the people up so they can stop being used by the elite. Let's show the people the truth. We have to remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake. We must also remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. And the truth is Jesus Christ. Before I end this video, I want to make sure that my members don't miss this Charlie Kirk exclusive video on Patreon, as I will be breaking everything down. So if you're one of my members, be on the lookout for that video. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Join the truth movement and help me spread the truth. For $3 a month, not only will
I see the point is making, and I understand the point is making as well. But for me, in all honesty, I am not gonna subscribe to this thought or this part where it was said Charlie was offered sacrifice, whatever that talk was. I'm gonna delete that from my memory and pretend like I did not just hear that, or whatever that is. I'm just gonna pretend I did not hear that, right? Everybody's gonna believe what they want to believe, right? But for me, I'm not a subscriber to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work for me, obviously. And again, when we talk about this, I just think that there are so many things that we are not told. There are so many things that we just didn't know or don't know enough. And like I always say, there are sometimes some things you may not know. There are sometimes some things you may know. Sometimes it's just for your own good for you not to know at all, right? This, I just think that it's from lots of what from a couple of videos or things that I've seen so far. Rather than people being divided, it sort of brought people close together, right? And that was different, very different. Especially when you hear people talk or say that Charlie Kirk was divisive or he was a divisive figure. Tell me you don't watch his videos without telling me you don't. Because you may not agree with him 100%, but None of his words were divisive. None of it was. But again, I'm still gonna say stand with this. Yeah, people may believe this, what they heard this, but I understand and I get the point, right? But still, I'm not gonna subscribe to the offering, sacrifice, talk, whatever. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.